Hello and welcome to the channel Gaming Like a Noob. I'm the Noob and I call myself S04E04. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please do so, it would help me out a lot. And if you are, I would say thank you very much. And today we're going to start with a game in the Champions League against Atalanta. It is of course Thursday, so it's Manchester United Day. And let's just jump into it and see what kind of players we can use today. This save is going quite good so far, I must say. A bit surprised, to be honest, because I think we're only into season 3, if I'm not mistaken, which is a bit more early than I thought we were going to be this dominant. I was hoping that we were going to reach this, but I was, in all honesty, pretty sure that it would take a little longer than this has taken. So, yeah, but I'm pleased. I, of course, want to win as many trophies as possible with this team. And, yeah, we're just going to have to, I think we're going to go start with Mattia De Tiscaglio, even if his fitness test there, this peak here, he's okay, while Tariq Lamptey is good only. So let's rest him at least one half of the game. I think we have what we need. All the other players are good enough. I want to play with Andy Stokebridge as much as I can, because I want him to develop, because I want him to take over the position from Bruno Fernandes, who now is 30. So, yeah. Let's move on to this game. And if Morgan Pearce gets too tired or something, we can always... Oh, let's see here. An audition, never press. Okay, let's go with that. Dressing room, pump fist. I'm going to get to... If Morgan Pearce gets too tired, we can always move Sancho over to that side and put Rashford in on the left. So, yeah. Going to be an interesting game, I think. Haaland kicking the game off. De Ligt, Fofana, Stokebridge, Adeyemi, Sancho, Haaland. Come on. Oh, back to Morgan Pearce. Oh, he aimed for the stars there. But yeah, let's have a look. Haaland with a free kick, straight into the wall. Stokebridge gets it to Haaland. Haaland gets it to Bellingham, to De Ligt. Oh, tries to reach Haaland in there, but he didn't. Here comes Anderson. Firmino. Oh, Firmino is there now. All right. In Atalanta. Ooh, Fofana getting it away. I don't know much about Atalanta. I know, I'm pretty sure one famous Swedish footballer played in Atalanta once upon a time. Glenn Strömberg, I think his last name is. I know he's Glenn. We have a famous words or something. A famous way of with people from Gothenburg that is named Glenn, because when Gothenburg was at their peak in the 80s, I think they had 3 players with the first name of Glenn. So yeah, that's why there was a song where they sang that everybody's named Glenn in Gothenburg. So kind of a funny thing, but yeah. Let's get back to this game. 10 minutes gone and we still haven't scored. And they, luckily enough, hasn't scored. So, yeah. Bellingham, Stokebridge, Haaland, Sancho. Haaland, can he score now? Good by their goalkeeper though. to say that. I must say. Morgan Pierce with the corner. Gets it in, and there! Adeyemi with a very nice header. And it's 1-0 for Manchester United. And it's only been 11 minutes. So, yeah, and the goal was awarded as well. You can see here, headed on by Bellingham, and then Adeyemi heading it in there. Nice goal. Good start of the game. And, yeah. Now the table was updated. We have full pot from this Champions League round so far. Bellingham, Fofana, Adeyemi, Stokebridge, long ball towards Alphonso Davies. Can he get the ball? He gets it in. There's Haaland. Ooh. Couldn't get it anywhere else than straight to the goalkeeper, it seems. Fofana, Delict. I think that's going to be a really, really strong central defense. Fofana together with Delict. Probably one of the best in the world, so yeah, if not the best. So I'm very pleased with the way that I've changed out what was his name? Why do I get those brain freezes? The central defender. Oh my god, how can I have forgotten his name? The one that's got injured, the one that is still in United. Martinez and... what's his name? Am I stupid or something? We have to... oh, crap. Well, I shouldn't be talking about the central defenders, I guess. That was a bit too easy for them to score on us. Unfortunately. Well, the name is going to pop up sooner or later, but if not, I'm going to be, of course, finding out that in... you know what? I don't want to find it out in half-time. We need to do it now. Let's go in here. Let's say... are you kidding me? There's nothing like that here. Let's go into transfer history. We sold him now. Rafael Varane. Completely blew my mind away. I mean, it just disappeared. Rafael Varane was injured a lot. That's why... and he was reaching an age, he was over 30, so that's why I did get my hands on Fofana, because I think Fofana can, or possibly is, as good as Varane. So yeah, I think I did something good there, and I believe that we will have a very strong side for years to come now. We don't have... let's look at this. Oh, we don't really have any age problem at all in the club now. Maybe De Gea, but I mean, he's, what is he, 33, I think. So for a goalkeeper, he's not ending. Oh, Haaland! How nice, bringing that ball down before he shoots it in, instead of just hitting it at once. That was actually a kind of nice looking situation here. Look at how he brings it down, instead of just shooting on it on volley. He brings it down and can easily put it into the net. Now, as I said, I think we have a young... a team that could last for at least a 5 season or something. We could be dominant with the team we have here now. I know that Stokebridge needs to get better to reach the quality of Bruno Fernandes, but so far we have probably got so much oh goodness in the team, so some such a good amount of good players on the pitch that Stokebridge doesn't need to be his full strength, or whatever we should call it, full development. Oh, Stokebridge with opportunity there. But yeah, I think we're going to be pretty good a few years here now. And that's that was something that was very shocking for me, that we could win everything with this young team last season. And many of these players, or most of these players, are going to get better with age, of course. That's just the way it is. They're going to develop and become better and better. So I'm pretty sure we haven't seen the best of this team yet. So I'm looking forward to the seasons where most of these players will reach their peak, and I'm wondering what magnificent games we can do. Oh, we can do then. Now Stokebridge is getting very tired out there, so I think he will only play the first half, maybe 5 or 10 minutes in the second. Then Bruno Fernandes will come on in there, and we're just gonna have to see. But he's played well. Sorry about that. 7.3 is a good average rating, I think. Haaland, Adeyemi. Oh, and the ball is going around in there like a flipper ball. Half time. Let's get into the dressing room. Let's pump our fists and go with the assistant's recommendation. Now, I don't know if you get that. I have put my what should I say, the fans for the cooler to my CPU on extreme to see if I will get rid of the lagging things that happens, especially in Football Manager from time to time when I record. And so far it looks like I haven't really seen any staggering or lagging things, so maybe that is helping out. But I do get a very hefty sound from the fans, so I hope it doesn't register on the microphone. But if it does, I'm very sorry, and I'm gonna in the future try to find out another way. But for now, there's going to be a couple of videos with that's for sure. But maybe will be some way for me to hide my computer a bit further away from the microphone. We're just going to have to see. Here comes Davis and Haaland. Oh, I think Stokebridge done his part in this game. He's very, very tired now. Oh, Haaland is very tired as well. So let's get in Benjamin Šeško. Oh, Bellingham is tired. Oh, Crackeroni. And Saval can't play, so we're going to have to go with Guerrero. Oh well, let's see what this can do. We still have, well, I mean, Bruno Fernandes is supposed to be better than Stokebridge, so we improve the team there. Bellingham is, of course, better than Guerrero, so we lost a bit power there. And Šeško is, of course, not as good as Haaland, so we lost a bit of power there. But they're still, I mean, Šeško is still a very good player and has done some really amazing thing for us. So yeah, I think we're going to be fine. I think the fresh legs can do something good as well for us. So Bruno Fernandes, Adeyemi. Ooh, I guess we were offside there. Adeyemi has a tendency to run offside, like oh, Anderson again. Oh, good save by De Gea. Right, there was an Italian player that ran offside extremely, in real life that is, extremely often. That was Filippo Inzaghi, I think his name was. I think he played for Milan or something like that. And he was known for running offside quite a bit. Especially those few times I did look upon Italian teams were often in the Champions League and stuff like that. I never enjoyed the Italian league. I tried to view it once upon a time. Too much diving, too slow. I mean, I'm not talking about ball movements too slow, but too many people just falling to the ground, and yeah, it takes forever to get that free kick up and running, and it could be extremely solid in defense, and then they just put a ball up to, for example, Totti, who was very, very sensitive to touch. He fell so very easily. So, and the Italian national team took a very... Oh, Morgan Pearce scoring. Thank you. That's nice. The Italian national team took a very good use of that as well, because they could play a very defensive kind of tactics, and they could just see to it that Totti got them a lot of set pieces and stuff like that, and to slow down the tempo of the other team and stuff like that by throwing himself to the ground when anybody was close to him. So yeah, he could have been one of the greats, but for me it's the same with Maradona. Maradona could never be the greatest for me, since all his cheating. I mean, yeah, for many it's the drugs, for me it's the cheating. Hand of God, which wasn't just against England. I remember, I don't know if it was the same World Cup or if it was some other World Cup. I don't really remember. But I remember it was Argentina against the Soviets. And Maradona was on the goal line. And I think the referee, which was Fredriksson, a Swedish referee, and he was just, I think it was 2 meters or something besides Maradona, and Maradona saves it with his hand, and he gets away with it there as well. So yeah, I don't like that. Actors, I don't like it. Unfortunately for me, I feel that most of the teams that's won anything when it comes to the European Championship or the World Cup or something like that, the last, I don't know, plenty of years that is, has been with team that has learned how to dive. And when the Spanish were dominant, they had Ingesta, who threw himself to the ground a lot, and was very, very irritating for me to look at. I understand that there are other people look upon that in other situations. They feel that it's part of the game, and that if they manage to get away with it, it's a brilliant footballing skill. I don't know if I've said this before, but for me, the football kind of died when Ronaldo joined Manchester United. I still watched it, I still loved, and I still love every time United wins something, because I am a Manchester United fan, but it sort of died for me because I've always been having so much irritation and hate towards players that throw themselves to the ground, and all of a sudden I have that in my own team. I couldn't stand it. I couldn't stand that we had Cristiano Ronaldo in United who threw themselves to the ground. Now when he was back now, I actually liked him, because he wasn't falling down in the same amount as he did when he was there the first 6 years. And yes, I understand that some people would say that that he he's lost his pace and that he still did fell, but it's I didn't see that, and I definitely didn't see him get the free kicks that he got when he was in Premier League the first time, so to speak. So yeah, so I really don't like that kind of play. We could see France when they were the big things, winning the World Cup and the European Championship, or even Deschamps, who is known for being a hard central defender. But he was also such an actor. I remember one game where he fell to the ground and he sort of he screamed himself around the ground, and it looked like he's not going to be able to make it. He's going to have to leave the pitch because he has broken a bone or two or something like that. And then he looks at the referee, and the referee doesn't even look at him, so he knows he's not going to get anything. He stands up, run through the entire pitch length and win the ball back, and then starts a new attack. Why do you act? Why do you throw yourself to the ground? You're already such an incredibly good player. I know. With great results comes great rewards with a lot of money. I think it's one of the bad things about the amount of money in football today is that it promotes the cheating things, because it's so important to win, and it's so important to be looked upon as a great player, because you really do want the money, of course, that you can earn if you get sold to a big club or something like that. So yeah, I can understand it, but I don't accept it. I don't like it at all. And yeah, that's just the way it is. Now I'm babbling on here. We did get a 5-1 victory. It looked very hard in the beginning, but at the end, 5-1 is a result that nobody can complain about. So I think we have 2 league games left to play in this episode, so I guess I'll just see you in the next game. And so we're here, time for another game, this time against Burnley. Liverpool has beaten Everton in their derby game, and Liverpool are top of the table, and we need to try and take them down, and only a win can do that. So of course we want to win this game against Burnley. It's actually interesting to see that Liverpool has been able to keep up with us so far this season, which is both nice to see, but at the same time a bit nervous to see, of course. We want to be winners as early as possible, of course, which is not a strange thing to want. Not in my mind anyway. But yeah, we're just gonna have to wait and see. I think Joseph Webb is going to get the opportunity to play today, and of course Tariq should be back. And let's give Anel the opportunity to start today together with Delict. Let's see, what else can we do? We don't really have anybody to take the position of Jude Bellingham. And instead, we do have Bruno Fernandes. And yes, Guerrero could come in the second half and play for him, but Would be nice if I could rest somebody. They're all going away on international duty after this game, so hopefully most of them will not be too tired when they come back. Let's get this game over with. Let's see what we can do against Burnley today. Let's kick off and let's skip, and the game is on the way. Burnley with start with the possession. Let's see if we can get the ball. Yeah, there we stole it. Haaland. Oh, he goes down. Haaland injured. Oh. Oh no. In with Benjamin Sesko. Haaland injured after 2 minutes. Not good at all. Dang it. That's not something I wanted. Let's hope that he won't be away for 3 months or whatever it was that Adeyemi was away last year. So, but yeah. It's a good thing we have 3 really great... Oh! Stokebridge got to skip to score! Marvellous! Let's hope it's not some offside or something. Let's hope it's awarded. And it's awarded! Yes! And we need to do the change anyway because the injury of Haaland, of course. Bellingham with a good ball. Rashford handing it wide to Stokebridge, and he finds the opening there. That's so nice. So very nice. The 1-0, so we are back top of the table where we belong and where I hope we will stay the entire season. That's our hope anyway, and that's our belief, and that's what we are going to aim for. So let's hope that we can manage to do it as well. Oh, good tackle. Lamptey. That's got to be Joseph Webb then that made that great tackle. That was nice. Oh, good ball to Adeyemi. And, oh, good save by their keeper, I must say. Corner for us. Sancho with the corner. And, oh, Arnell there heading it over. Now, I hope I can keep Arnell happy in the team as well. So that's why I push for him to get some time, of course. Most likely in the next game I will have to rest De Ligt and let Fofana and Arnell play. But let's not get too far away in the future. Let's stay in this game and see to it that we win in this. Oh, Webb, Rashford. Here comes Rashford. Back to Webb. Webb to Stokebridge, to Rashford. Rashford. Oh, no. Made everything good until he got away that shot, which wasn't very good. So, yeah. Sancho very tired. That's not good at all. We don't really... We have Garnacho. We could put in Garnacho on that right side. Oh, good ball by Sancho to Adeyemi. Adeyemi gets it in there, but no reds are there. Webb, Adeyemi, I guess that's offside. Yes, Adeyemi was offside. And yes, let's get the second half going. And yes, I'm pretty sure we'll have to take in Garnacho for Sancho because Sancho is very tired. We don't want to get another injury. So and Kylian Mbappe is still very tired. So Garnacho coming on. And Stokebridge is very tired as well. Or is it Stockbridge? I don't know really. Arnell, De Ligt, Lamptey. Come on, and Lamptey to Sancho. Oh, let's take out and give Bruno the opportunity to come in as well. De Ligt, Lamptey. Lamptey to Sancho, to Lamptey, to Bellingham. Long ball over to Webb, to Rashford. Stockbridge, Adeyemi, Webb, Rashford, Adeyemi, Rashford, Webb. Can he get it in? He gets in the cross. Sancho's there, but is it a penalty? This could be a penalty. Let's see what the VAR says. And it's awarded. Penalty awarded. And without Kylian Mbappe, I guess it's going to be Fernandes that takes this penalty. Or he wasn't on the pitch when the penalty... no, Rashford. And he puts it away. It's 2-0 for Manchester United. 48 minutes. And I guess, and I hope that we have sealed this game. And it's another win for Manchester United. And it's another... yeah. Putting us top of the table game. And pushing down Liverpool from top of the table. So, yeah. That's always great, of course. But here comes Burnley. Oh, good pass there. And good pass there as well. Come on. Ooh, come on. Oh, good save by De Gea. Good one, good one. Bellingham's getting tired. It's unfortunate that the players are getting so tired, because I would like to change out the... oh, look at that! I would have loved to make a goalkeeping change. I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to let... no, I can't. Oh, that's because of Haaland. I had to change in the beginning. And Fernandes! A beautiful strike by Bruno Fernandes. That's some magic. Look at this. Webb with the throw-in to Rashford, to Fernandes, and just look at that shot. Goalkeeper completely out of it. And it's 3-0. And yeah, we are dominating. And this is very, very nice to see. Garnacho, Sancho, no, Šeško, I mean, sorry. Garnacho tries to get into Šeško again. Here's Garnacho again, getting more and more involved in this game. Fernandes, Bellingham, Fernandes, Rashford, and he tries to find Adeyemi. He finds him. Oh! Oh, if there could have been a United player there, just a tap in. A good tackle there from the United player. As Garnacho! Garnacho! 4-0 for Manchester United. What a nice goal. And what a tackle by number 18 there. Bruno Fernandes, yes, of course. And look at that goal. We hope to see a lot of those in real life at Old Trafford this year, or this coming year. One ball away, De Ligt heading it for De Gea, giving it to Webb, to Fernandes, to Rashford, Adeyemi, Karim Adeyemi. Back to Webb. Webb with a long ball towards Šeško. Ho ho! It's been another good game. Of course, we do have problems in the beginning of the games. It takes some time for us to get into the real heavy duty, and of course, when they have fresh legs, they keep up with our players. But since another one, Rashford. Since we have the quality in our team, we just keep playing, and the more tired they get, the more mistakes they make. So yeah, nice one. At least that's what I took from the United of the 90s. The 98-99 squad especially. It wasn't... and that's why it was so many games that United won in the very end of the games, in the 80th minute. And yes, in Fergie time, as it was called, when he when we were given overtime and or extra time. Well, most of the time we weren't getting enough extra time because many teams did fall and pretend to be injured and stuff like that a lot against us because we were dominating the game or the games. So yeah, but as I said, the quality meant that even though their players were just as well trained in the physical ability, they had to chase the ball so much that they were often very, very tired at the end of the game, while United players who had so much possession and hadn't had to chase the ball as much did end up there in the last couple of minutes where they dominated because of that, because they weren't as tired as their opponents were, and of course there was a higher quality of the players. That's just the way it is. So yeah, and many people want to talk about the difference between Manchester United's 1919 and City's triple winning team from this season, and I would say, of course, United had the financial advantage in the 90s. United was the richest club, earned the most money and had the most money to spend on players. Even though that it later came out that, of course, Ferguson didn't spend as much money as many other clubs like Liverpool and stuff like that. But nevertheless, I think the big difference between then and now was it that even if Manchester United was the richest club back then, we couldn't buy 22 players that would all fit into the first team. We had 5-6 players, maybe 7-8 when there was the maximum. When we were at our very peak, that maybe there was 8 or 9 really world class players, and then we had to rely on other players and substitutes that came on and stuff like that. Was often not much better than the players in the top teams in other teams, in the other top teams. So yeah, I think that's the main difference. Now the amount of wealth that City has made them being able to buy 2 or 3 liner. I mean, it doesn't matter if they get a player injured or a player suspended or a player is out of form, because they can put in a player that is just as good in that same position, because they have vacuumed the market of good players. It's like Milan in the beginning of the 90s. I think they had 3 teams almost of just world-class players. They bought every good player because it was better to have them in your team than against you. You didn't want to... sorry about that. They didn't want to face them, the other good players, so they bought them, and a couple of them never didn't even play very often, and still would have been able to play in almost any other club in the world during the peak of the Milan period there. So where they had Rollit, Van Basten, and others. So yeah, I think City is in that situation, not in the Manchester United situation, and I think that's what makes the Manchester United triple a bigger deal than the Manchester City triple. And of course that the Manchester United triple was the first one being done by an English club. So yeah, I rank the United 98-99 victory higher than this season's City treble. Yeah, and I've just named why. We have one more game to play this episode, and I'll just see you there. And so we're here, last game of this episode. I think I'm going to try something. Liverpool have won their game. We're going to face off against Watford. They are not the strongest of teams in the league, but we can see Burnley is even further down. But I'm thinking we need to try a couple of players. First of all, I'm going to give Adam Ferguson the opportunity to get some match experience today. We have Giglio and Garnacho injured, so we need to take them off. And Garnacho will be easy because Morgan Pearce is back. Scagliogo will be worse, but I think I'm gonna... No, I can't do that. So, we don't have... We're gonna go with Ben Carroll then. Or should we go with Ronnie Edwards? But then we have nobody to play right or left. We're going to go with Ben Carroll in that position. And then I'm actually going to see to that Fofana will play with Anel today. So Anel will get 2 games in a row here. Joseph Webb will continue. I think we're going to be putting in Morgan Pearce on the right side. And I don't think Niklas Seiwald is back now. He's got some real fitness problem after his injury. Erling Haaland is back at full strength, so that's no problem. Adeyemi is a bit tired though, so let's bring in Šeško. I think I want Rainman to try out or be on the bench there to do some... get the opportunity to get into play today. Stokebridge, he's going to continue. Mbappe is back in full strength. Maybe we'll put him in there. And we have Rashford on the bench as well then. Yeah, I think this is the team. It's going to be interesting to see if Ferguson can manage to survive. Let's see if we can win today. It's the last game of this episode, so and we know we're not going to go through every game without problems. And to be honest, I'll rather have problems that I've created myself, like this is, by putting in so many unexperienced players, and just hope that we can... but they can, because they have to play as well. They need a couple of games a year. I think I saw somewhere on if it was Sealand or somebody that was talking about that they need around 20 games per season to develop, to get the best out of them in development. So yeah. So yeah, and we want to get Ferguson to become better. If he can reach his potential, we will finally have somebody that can take over after De Gea. But and at the same time have an English goalkeeper, which will be good, of course. Since we are an English team, I would like to have a foundation of British player or English players. And I think we're getting there in that sense. We have Ferguson, Lamptey. Oh, right, close. We have Ferguson, Lamptey, Webb, Bellingham, Stokebridge, and we have Rashford up front as well, but maybe a bit thin on English players in the attack. But hopefully that will change with time. I don't think we have any real potential superstar that is English either, so to say, in the youth system. Even if we have somebody that, a couple of them that could become okay players, I don't think we have anybody that we expect to be a really good player. They are all, I think Rainman, I think he's German or something, and we believe in him. We do have a hope that if he reach his potential, he will be one of the best strikers in the world, but yeah, we don't know. So, and he has to, of course, reach that potential as well, which is going to be hard for us to get him up there. He's hardly played in a game in the striking sense. Oh, yes, Lamptey. Haaland. Oh, bad pass by Haaland there. And there is a counter-attack from Watford. And Watford have played well today, or maybe it's maybe we have played a lot worse than we usually do. But yeah, it's only 19 minutes into the game. So, and we do know we are a bit slow starters. Hopefully we will get better and better and eventually run them over. Here's Haaland. There's Haaland. Shoots like that. Okay, Stokebridge, Bellingham, Ufana. Bringing up the ball. Bellingham, Haaland, Lamptey. Lamptey gets it to Morgan Pearce. Pearce gets a corner out of that. Or should get a corner at least, yes. Morgan Pearce with the corner. And Haaland is there, but you have to move up now. Well, that would have been an offside, and I guess he was offside. Yes. Can't stay down there after the corner. You need to move, Morgan. Asprilla. I remember an Asprilla. He played for Newcastle in the 90s. We were a bit scared when he signed for Newcastle because he was talked about as some really good superstar striker, and yeah, would be a threat to us. I miss those days where Manchester United and Newcastle were fighting for the title. I guess it's easy to miss them. Oh, look at that. Mostly because United always did win those trophies. Newcastle never managed to get the better of us. But I miss those battles. Kevin Keegan against Alex Ferguson as managers. Those were the days. Glorious days. And yeah. I think it was fun and stuff like that. But Asprilla really made us nervous, us United supporters. I remember that. And another player that made me nervous was when Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank joined Chelsea. I couldn't understand what players were going to stand in the way of his cannonballs of shots. He had such power in those shots. It felt like he could probably crack some people's legs or bone structure with just shooting on them. So tremendous power in his shot he had. So yeah, that was a scary time as well. But Ferguson managed to take care of most of the periods. I miss the time when Patrick Vieira and Roy Keane were at it. Those were glorious days. Even if we we weren't as successful with Arsenal as we were with Newcastle. Arsenal managed to win a couple of things, so we did lose. We didn't lose the battle in the long run, but we had some seasons where we did lose against Arsenal. Mbappe! 2-0. Looks like we're gonna make it. And Ferguson has played well in goal. 7.0. Let's hope it's not disallowed. It's awarded. It's 2-0 for United. And look at that. Just a tap in. Beautiful. As I said, we did not win everything. Or did not lose against Newcastle, one should say, because we didn't win everything back then either. But we didn't lose the league title to Newcastle at any time. And yeah. But I miss it. I thought it was... they had one... what was his name? Philip something, I think, in Newcastle, a defender. I remember because they were actually playing in a European Cup here in Sweden against Halmstad, and I remember that he was a mountain of a man, that defender. He was such a incredibly large person, and I'm not talking fat, I'm talking he was a fucking bear. And yeah, he was something that I would have been scared to face off against. But yeah, maybe that's one of the reasons I never was able to get anywhere in that kind of situations with Sporting Bingamajing. I must say, I was completely talentless when it came to ball control. I never were able to dribble or anything like that. My skill, the little skill I had, was reading the game, knowing where people were going to run, knowing where to put the pass and stuff like that. But I was never quick. I never had good control of the balls, as I said, and I never were able to dribble past anybody. I often dropped the ball instead of making anything with the ball, so to speak, which was, yeah. In that sense, or that side, I always felt like I was really bad. But when I look back upon it now, and I will say more so on my time as a floorball player than a football player, I felt that the only strength I did have was that I did read the game very well. I did know exactly where everybody... I was never... Well, I shouldn't say never, but most of the time I wasn't quick enough to be there or to be linger enough to get the stick down or anything like that. But I always knew where they were going to run. I always knew where they were going to put their passes and stuff like that. So I guess that was my strength. I just never... I didn't have the body to be able to take advantage of what my brain gave me, so to speak. So yeah, let's see here now. 3-0. This is beautiful with all these young lads. I'm thinking maybe Lamptey should go out and we put in Ben Carroll, so he also will get some time. I know Morgan Pearce, maybe he should be going out, but I don't care. It's 20 minutes left of this episode, and this episode is the last, or this game is the last of this episode. So yeah, I'm just hoping we won't drop those 3 goals with the players that we have put on the pitch. As long as we get the 3 points, I'm happy. And I'm actually ecstatic if we just get a 3-pointer, even if it ends up 3-2. I'm just happy to have a 3-pointer and being able to use all these young lads. And oh, look at that! Kylian Mbappe makes it 4. We totally run over them at the end of the games. They just don't have the power to withstand us anymore. The quality of our players are just shining through when we get to this point of the game. Marvelous. 4-0. I would love it if Rainman... Oh, he has. I missed that. I talked too much. And I missed that Rainman scored in the 69th minute. Interesting. And just what we needed. Just what he needed, I guess. Scoring a goal makes him... oh, that wasn't good. Kvarat... What is his name? Kvaratskhelia. That was Kvaratskhelia. That's a weird name. And a hard name to pronunciate, especially for me as a dyslexic person. But all right. Haaland goes down. No card though. Let's have a look. What is this? Are they going to play a replay of their goal again? This long after the goal is scored? That's weird. Oh well. You can see it here. Belmont. And yeah, I can't see. But he wasn't offside, that's for sure. But yeah, 4-1. I guess we're going to have to be satisfied with that. Unfortunately, since he let that goal in, Ferguson has gone down from 7 to 6.8, which is a bit of a disappointment, of course. Way back to Ferguson, who hoisted up towards Mbappe to get it to Rainman. Rainman to Stokebridge and to Haaland. Haaland back to Bellingham. To Stockbridge, to Haaland, to Stockbridge, to Bellingham, to Pearce. Pearce out to Carroll. Ben Carroll shoots. Oh. I think we should be satisfied with this. We put in a lot of young players to try and get them to get some experience, and it's worked out nice and very well, to be honest. Winning. Yeah, we're 4-1. They're certainly not going to come back from this. Oh, how we are playing them. They are going up to the spectator position and buying some sausages, I guess. Oh well, 4-1 against away against Watford with a lot of young lads. The future is looking... Ooh. The future seems to be looking bright for Manchester United and for me as a manager for Manchester United. Let's move on here because we are going to summarize a bit of this episode and have a little look on how things are going. So, yeah, interesting to see that we can... Oh, it's going to be a tight schedule in the next episode, but all right. Here we go. Let's have a look at the finances, first of all. It's only the 19th of October here, and we have already lost almost £8 million this month. I think we lost about £32 million last month, so 8 million seems not so dangerous then. But yeah, this is... I don't want to buy any players in January. Unless I find some really young, promising player, then maybe I will splash out something. I'm not going to be trying to sign somebody established, no established players. It's going to be if I can find some young talented player. Otherwise, we're not going to bother because we need the money. I want to clean up the financial situation in this club as well. So, yeah, I'm not going to touch that too much. Not much we can say about things there. I love this picture. Having a nice look at Old Trafford. And, yeah, I'm just sad that I never had the opportunity to actually go to Manchester and to visit Old Trafford and stuff like that. It would have been great, but I see no financial situation with me going to Manchester at the moment either, so I guess that dream will not be happening. Oh well, let's have a look at other things. I don't think there's much more to talk about, is there? Let's go into the competition and let's have a look at how things are going. Top of the table after 8 games. Liverpool's second. Keeping up with us when it comes to points, that's for sure. Top of the table in the UEFA Champions League group there after 2 winnings. And we have a trophy from the UEFA Super Cup. The FA Cup we haven't entered yet, and the Carabao Cup we are going to be facing off against Aston Villa the 29th of October, so I guess it's 10 days away, so that's interesting. The Community Shield we won, so let's have a look at the schedule. Then it really should be in the next episode. A Champions League game, league game against West Bromwich, and the 4th round of the Carabao Cup against Aston Villa. So interesting episode next week, I guess. I hope you join me then. For now, I hope you do subscribe and like and leave a little comment down below. And I'm just going to say that I hope you stay safe. I hope you have heaps of fun. And I'll just end with bye 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 bye.